straight ahead. It's the 47th meeting of the AFC and the NFC as they battle in the 2020 NFL Pro Bowl game. We are all set. The 2020 Pro Bowl from Orlando is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. They'll run with the Rams' Todd Gurley. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down. And a nice little broken tackle run there by Todd Gurley, the 10th pick in the 2015 draft.
And that's what you get with him. That full package of speed, power, able to catch the ball in the backfield. Many people doubted him coming out because of the knee injury in college. They're seeing the full Todd Gurley now.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Got to hope that's not a sign of things to come as they face an early second and long. Now Gurley. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Third and long. It's locked. Now a hit and lock. Lost the football. It's out. And that's picked up by the AFC. And he is going to bring this one back. A fumble return for an AFC touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score. And a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
We'll be singing in the shower postgame. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Mike, look out!
They go play action here on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Now the AFC going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Throwing on third down. Long. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Now the AFC going to signal for another timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. A shotgun snap for Love. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller, and they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 46.
Watch the whip. Hey, easy.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
58, boys, 58, Mike.
Attack!
SOS.
Yellow.
Check three.
On Sunday. Right side.
From the 24, Mahomes eluding the pressure right. Looking for the end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
Drop deep.
He's got the 1st down inside the 10. And he will take this in for an AFC touchdown. A 24-yard touchdown. And the AFC adds on to their lead. Gostkowski with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense for the NFC ready to get their next drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the 1st half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board. Now a throw complete to his fullback out of the backfield. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And my goodness, they're now out of timeouts here in this 1st quarter. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the 2nd down pass play only went for 2. Here's Locke. He rifles one that's intercepted. P.J. Williams with a pick. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the 1st half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the 1st half.
1st and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he will take this in for an AFC touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the AFC is able to widen their advantage. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The NFC takes over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Well, a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They run. It's Gurley. And, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go, D.
Now it's locked off the bootleg. And that one's complete to Gurley. It'll be a gain of 6. And they're going to have a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
The backup Murray, his first throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Bud Dupree in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it will be 4th down. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the AFC will take over 1st and 10. The offense for the AFC set to go now. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
The end result, 21 yards. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing, Mayfield. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
And sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
180. I'll point it right, point it right, point it right. Hurry, hurry. Watch out.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Escaping the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy. Rush in. Rush in.
Watch out.
They'll run it here. This is James White. Call it a 6-yard gain. Still plenty of work to do coming up. 3rd and 14.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Oh, you got deep. Hurry. Back. Regular. You got run. You got tight right there.
3rd and long for Mayfield. Then he's got his man Hilton. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
180. Point it right.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. This is caught. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress as well as. And he is into the end zone for an AFC touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the AFC adds on to their lead. And certainly some credit there for that touchdown goes to the offensive line.
They never get the credit they deserve in the stat sheet, but they are the reason that they got the points. Excellent job up front, clearing the way for the score.
Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The offense for the NFC ready to get their next drive started. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jabal Sheard just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the first down in the process. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Now the NFC going to call the first of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
First down, Murray. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Now the NFC going to take a timeout, their second, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Looking deep for Julio. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The AFC offense set to take their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play,
but he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And touchdown. Tyreek Hill in the final seconds of the first half, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point good by Gostkowski, and the route is on here in this first half. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. So we reach halftime of the 2020 Pro Bowl with the AFC on top, as we'll send you across town to our studios here in Orlando and check in with the coach at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he will take it back only to about The 13-yard line here.
The AFC takes over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
The offense for the AFC set to go now. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is, don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here.
The 24-yard line.
Here we go. Now the look. Mike 54. All right. Here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go. Hey, let's get there. Hey, alert 3. Alert 3. Watch twist. Watch twist. Watch twist. Twist.
And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Let's go, defense.
Now Brissett, the backup, his first throw. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
Hey, watch the slant.
1st and 10 at the 40.
Brissett to throw on first. Got a man, it's Brown. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
A first down throw for Brissett. This will be caught by Brown. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Now a first down carry by Bell. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 12.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, Brissett. Flushed out right. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 19-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now it's the backup Cousins. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And that's caught inside the 35. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Here's Elliott. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
On 2nd and 12, Cousins. His throw incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd down and 12 yards to go.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Cousins. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. The AFC offense set to take their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. As they score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to... call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
He's checking. Crash. One leg. Get wide. Watch it.
Throwing on 2nd down. Mahomes steps away to his left. Ebron caught left side. And he'll be out of bounds. Been able to get it up past the 45.
It's a gain of 23 yards. That's good for an AFC first down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Don't let him breathe. Play that 17. Don't let him breathe, defense. Big Dad. Yellow, yellow. Go, go. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Flush to his right. He'll let it go deep. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been
And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's second and goal.
25, check 25, check 25. 36, 36. I don't need to, I don't need to. Hey, color. Easy, easy, easy. Check three.
Now the AFC going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. After the sack, here's second and 11.
Tell me what you got. Hey, color. What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Here we go. Joker. Spine. Come back. Spine. No. 43. My time.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Eluding the pressure right. It's caught by OBJ. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a third and goal situation.
one thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes. You're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Check. Fresno.
Shift. Watch the shift.
Here's Mahomes, third and goal. And that is caught for an AFC touchdown. Tyreek Hill there to make the grab as his guys continue to pour it on.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. And it's great to see the stars all out in one place, but in terms of football, what's really great to see is a very entertaining Pro Bowl as we are tied in the fourth quarter.
And how many of these guys thought going into this game, after a pretty easy week heading into it, that the pressure would ratchet up now and someone has to make a play, which means someone will have a play made against them and they'll have to live with that for the rest of the year.
Six yards on that last play. Here's second and 4.
54. Check.
Play action. It's Luck. Under pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked. Von Miller getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
The numbers for the NFC on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Back to throw. Love. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. So it's the NFC with the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller. And now the football's going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line.
Yellow. On the line. Let's make these babies cry all the way.
58, boys, 58. 58 is Mike. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. 58 to Mike, 58. 58 to Mike.
Fight on these two, fight on these two.
Oh, yeah.
15.
Here we go again. Showing it. Kill. Jack. Alert flare. Watch.
Yellow.
Mahomes going to throw it here. Being chased out left. Yeah, he's got it. And he's brought down. Sets him up nicely. First and goal. It was a pickup of 14.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Kelsey out in the slot right.
Let's get the ball. Out.
Hey, Ripley.
Check. Lucky. Kill. Hey, watch it.
Hey, 43.
Jam.
Right side.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time, but it'll be second and goal. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Gostkowski the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense for the NFC ready to get their next drive started. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Now the NFC going to call the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Here's Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Darren Lee showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. Now the NFC going to take a timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it.
Now a play fake, and it's Locke. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. A good pickup there, 21 yards. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
He did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. Now the NFC going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Now on 2nd and 13. Luck. And he'll sling that one in there. Complete to Cooper on the comebacker. Now the AFC going to take a timeout. It's their second. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Right there, 54 Mike. Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
Luck on third down. And that is incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Luck now to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Darren Lee. And the AFC is going to get the football back in great field position.
Yellow. I'll go on. 54. Mike, 54. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Let's put him on the 15. Put that team on the box. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Undercrunch. Yellow. Undercrunch. What's it? What's it?
Interesting. Mahomes wants to throw it. Dancing to his left. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. Ball on the 42 as they come up second and 10.
Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Hey, rip list. Check. Crunch. 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 49. Check 49. Check 49. Check 50. Check 50. He's hey, rip list. He's checking Craig. Kill, kill, kill.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Buying time to his left. There goes a deep ball. End zone. That's going to be caught. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock gets all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
Gostkowski with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he's going to be out of bounds here as the run back will leave him shy of the 20-yard line.
Takes over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know, are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room and get the heck out of here?
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes coaches say, that's it, okay? It hasn't worked all game. There's no sense in doing something now. Let's get out of here. No one gets hurt. But others will look at it and say, we still have an opportunity to do something.
Pride on the line.
Exactly. You have pride on the line, execution as you look forward and get ready for your next game, and a message to your team. We're not going to quit no matter what the battle is. We're going to finish this thing out.
So the face mask certainly helps things as they'll start up past the 30 on first down. So, Charles, final thoughts on this AFC victory?
Bottom line, nobody appeared to be seriously hurt. That's the first thing we look for in this game. Well played, a lot of fun, a lot of excitement. I think that everyone's going to go home pretty happy, especially the AFC since they won the game.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The AFC, they are your winners as we say so long from Orlando.